amazing how life begins. How many of us, when we're growing up, was asked this question, what do you want to be when you grow up? That's a question I think most of us had, and everyone had it. And what that got me thinking is every child has a leadership style right from when they were babies. I'll give you a few examples. So I've got 4 kids, I've got 18 brothers, and I've got 4 sisters. It's beautiful to see how people metamorphose from where they were to where they want to be. My daughter, who comes with us during the meeting, has been a very resilient child. So from 4 months old, we knew this was a child you need to look out for. She had a mind of her own. She could do what she wanted to do, when she wanted to do it, and how she wanted to do it. There was no stopping her in anything she needed to do. I knew right from time that this was going to be an authoritarian leader. She never misses an opportunity to tell you right away that when she's screaming off her head, or if she's trying to give her food to eat and she wants to tell you no, what she does, she just spits it out. At 4 months old, she refused to take any form of formula, and she stuck to it. You give her the formula and the milk, put it in her mouth, and she spits it right back at you and say, hey, not taking this. Can I have what you're eating right now? We had to meet the doctors. You don't give a child food at 4 months, but she wouldn't eat anything else. So we tried ground rice, we did bananas and mashed bananas and all of those. And she's like, okay, that doesn't look like what you're eating. I know what I wanted. I want to eat exactly what you're eating and not what you're giving me. I'm not taking this. We knew right from the word get-go that was a child to look out for in terms of being very determined. Fast forward to grade 7. My daughter did everything in school. She became quite competitive. She was in the IB class. She got 10 awards. And she'd go to the teachers and say, you know what do you want to do? And she'll come and strategize. I can speak, you know what? I can help you clean the class. I'll carry the teacher's bag. And she will do everything. Raise up her hands for all of the sports competition, from flag football to wrestling. Every single thing she could lay her hands. She knew exactly what she wanted. And she could conspire with the whole class and say, you know what? Why don't we do flag football and beat the other class? I'll bring candies for all of you. We already knew she was that. And my son, very quiet. He comes here, he will sit at the back. He would open the door for you. He would help you do whatever you need to do. He would never get his assignment done. That was a laissez-faire leader. He was the second, which of course he should be able to boss people around, but he gets along with everyone. He doesn't like cooking. He doesn't like the kitchen. He likes the smell of food. He wants to eat, but he doesn't want to cook. So what does he do? Hi, do you know what? I can help you. You can watch all the movies all day if you want. Just cook me dinner. So he will do this kind of exchange and never get to do what needs to be done, but just is on the fence and never take sides with anyone. He was a laissez-faire. He has a laissez-faire kind of leadership style where he believes that, you know what? You don't have to do anything. I don't have to do anything. We can all get into trouble. We'll sort it out afterwards, but we'll all be okay. Children actually start leading all the way from the lockers. Right from the first time they take the steps, they determine how they want to lead. And that also shaped how I became a leader. Back in school, I could be the one who sits and just watch everyone else and try to be helpful. I was a nerd. I loved reading. At the time I was in grade 4, I'd read all the books in the local library. My dad used to order this big box of books all the way from Britain, the Oxford books series. I read all of the Great Gatsby. I read all of the horses. I read all of those by the time I was in grade 4. We had boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes that kept arriving. And one of the great places I loved the most was the library, was also the post office, because that's where you go to pick up those items. And my dad looks at me and said, you know what, this is going to be a transformation leader. And I knew right from the get-go that I was going to be one who wants to bring people together and transform lives through books. Because my dad would say to me, you can travel the world. All you need to do is open a book. And I read Round the World in 80 days. And that book changed. Like, do you know what? I can actually be in England today. And I'll be in Australia tomorrow. And I'll wake up and I'll be in Canada. And that's actually shaped how I became my own transformation leader. For every book I read, because I say readers are what? Leaders. So for every time I read a book, there was something I could learn that I could use to transform people's life. And every single day I saw that The more I read, the more I became the leader I wanted to be. And I had one of the class in grade 5 when I had students who felt what they needed to do was bully people into doing what they needed to do. They would make sure I did the assignments for them. They would make sure that I did everything that needed to be done. And it hurts me so much because there was really not much I could do. My mom never believed that anyone would bully me. She would say, you read enough book to know what to do. So don't come back and tell me someone is bullying you. Go back and do what's right. Until we had a new student come in grade 5, and the boy took an assessment of the class and realized, you're being bullied. You're being bullied. I'll stand for everyone. Anyone bullies this person again, you have me to contend with. And you know, sometimes in your classes, you have those kids that are very big. They're usually the tallest. They have Moses. You're like, this child should be in grade 7, but that child is in grade 5. And he stood for every single person. He became the voice of everyone. He had a leader he was a leader who brought everyone together and ensured that he looked out for everyone. And that still today shapes my leadership style. And I realized that I want to be the one who will stand up for other people. From grade 6 up till today, I go to somewhere, I look for the person who's the lone ranger, the one who stands alone, the one who doesn't talk so much. And I try to get them to speak out and say, you know what, you got greatness inside of you. And you can be anything you want to be. Like Pat said, all you need to do is have a little belief in yourself, have more confidence in yourself, and you're able to transition from A to B. I want to charge us as I close today. Take and pay great attention to your children. They develop their leadership styles right from the lockers. If you're able to hone them, if you're able to spend time with them and give them the support they need, they will become greater leaders. Thank you so much, and back to you, Mr. Chair.